Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, my viewers across the globe, depending on your time zone and when you are watching this video right now. Thank you so much. You are welcome once again to Society and the Law. If you've been watching this video without subscribing, or you are just coming across this platform for the first time, we encourage you to support us by subscribing, like, and share our video. Also turn on your notification bell so that whenever we upload new videos like this, YouTube will notify you. Thank you so much. Now, on this platform, we talk about the law and the society. So if this is what interests you, you want to know your rights, you want to know the law, knowing fully well that ignorance of the law is never an excuse. Now join us as we are ready to educate you, because we do not give legal advice here. We only educate you on the law so that you will know what to do whenever you want to take any action at all.
I am Mr. Andrew Okafor. We welcome you once again to this program where burning issues are being discussed regarding the law and society in general. We have an interesting topic to share with you today, but before we do that, we will avail our esteemed guest, who is a legal practitioner, to kindly introduce himself. Sir.
All right, thank you so much, my very good friend Andrew Okafor, for having me. My name is Igwe Friday. I am a lawyer by the grace of God. So we welcome our viewers and listeners.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, not too long ago, a young man sent a message. According to the young man, he was being arrested by the police. The reason behind his arrest was that he stood as a guarantor for somebody. The person he stood as a guarantor for ran away. So the woman who lends the money had no other option than to arrest him. So, sir, what do you make of this statement, sir?
Well, if I get you correctly, someone stood in for another person as a guarantor, and the person he stood in for is nowhere to be found. He ran away, right?
Yes, sir, the person ran away.
Okay, and from your statement, the woman, like, you made mention of lending. That means it is a loan transaction.
Yes.
All right. So the reason why we always want to clarify issues like this is to be able to give appropriate advice. Even though on this channel we don't give advice, what we do is mainly to enlighten the people about the law, the position of the law on various issues. So if you have any reason at all that you think a lawyer should like, if you have any issue you think a lawyer should help you handle, we advise that you consult your lawyer, discuss with your lawyer, and we believe that your lawyer will know the appropriate step to take with respect to the issue you have. So thank you so much once again. Now, this kind of thing, I want to believe that we are aware already that what happened to the said young man is one out of many where police will have to where the police is being used as an instrument to intimidate somebody. So, but the point we want to make here is that with what you just highlighted, I want to let our viewers and anybody watching our video right now to know that when you stand in as a guarantor for someone in an agreement, I want you to know that it is purely civil in nature, in which the police has no business involving in such matter. Now, if you enter into an agreement with somebody for loan advancement and the person get the loan, and you get another person to stand in for you as a guarantor, if you are unable for any reason, either you are nowhere to be found or you are unable to pay the loan, of course we are not saying that you are not liable. You are liable, but you are not criminally liable. You are liable to the extent that the lender, that is, or the creditor, the woman in this case, can file a civil action against you, but not to intimidate you with the police. Doing that, the police will be acting. If the police decide to engage themselves into such matter, it will amount to them acting outside the scope of their authority, which is clearly illegal. So we will always tell you guys to always watch our videos so that you will know when your right is being violated by the police or any other person. And that is why we always make sure that we talk to you, tell you about the law on this program. So what the police did was totally wrong. It was illegal, it was unlawful, and it was unconstitutional.
Okay, so sir, you made reference that there are options available to this kind of situation.
Yes.
So, sir, can you, in a nutshell, tell us these options that are being available for the benefit of our listeners and viewers out there?
Like I made mention, the guarantor, in this case the young man, is not free, because the woman can, since the person who took the loan from the woman is already has disappeared, in quote, the woman will only have to go and get the guarantor. But what we are saying is that the methods and the approach in you use in trying to get the issue resolved, it matters. It matters in law. So the only option available to the woman are two. The first one is the woman might decide to, or the woman may decide to approach alternative dispute resolution mechanism in resolving the issue. How did it happen? Like, you approach the guy, okay, now that the person you stood in for has actually run away, what do we do? You have to pay me my money. Now, if that option fails, of course, you have to approach the court, file a civil action against the person, asking the court to compel the guarantor to pay the money to you, since the creditor, the debtor in this case is nowhere to be found. And that is the only option that the woman has, not the option of having to involve the police or using the police to intimidate this kind of this guarantor in a case that is purely civil in nature. So the woman has the option of going to court to seek redress, or asking the court to compel the young man to pay her the money.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, this young man was being detained in the police custody for more than 2 days. He was in their custody for more than 2 days. He was in police detention for more than 2 days. So, sir, what can you make of this, sir?
Okay, when you said he was in their custody for more than 2 days, how many days exactly?
He was in their custody for up to 6 days, according to the young man.
Well, I needed to ask because the constitution is clear, and that if you read if you read chapter 4 of the 1999 constitution, particularly section 35 and other relevant section under that chapter, you will find out that there is express provision to the fact that, or with respect to the number of days a suspect can stay in police custody or any other law enforcement agency custody. But the issue here is whether he spent exactly 2 days or more than 2 days. Now, what we are looking at is, because there are exceptions to every rule, it's possible that the police has their own reason. They have the power to keep somebody for more than that number of days, but there must be a court order to that effect. But that is not the point we are making here. The point we are making here is that the young man did not commit any crime in the first place to warrant him being detained in the police custody. So the young man stood as a guarantor for someone, and the person ran away. So it is not a criminal matter. So the police in the first place is not supposed to be involved in such a matter, because the function of the police is very clear, and it is expressly stated under Section 4 of the Police Act 2020. If you read that section, it clearly states that the functions of the police shall include the following: to protect life and property, or you can say to preserve life and property, to arrest offenders, to prevent crime, to arrest and prosecute offenders. So if you read that section, you find out that there is nowhere that the police the police function include them engaging in any civil matter. And in fact, if you read section 32 subsection 2 of the said act, that is the Police Act now 2020, it clearly prohibits police from engaging in any civil matter. So for the police to even have arrested the young man in the first place, it was illegal. For them to have detained the young man for more than the required days which the Constitution has provided is also illegal and unconstitutional. And I encourage people, the only way to end impunity is to challenge same impunity. You cannot keep quiet when your rights are being violated and you expect that the status quo will change. That's why we always encourage people, watch our video. At least you know your rights. You know when your rights are being violated. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So, sir, what is your advice out there to this young man in particular and to the police in general, sir?
Okay, I want to say to the young man that, and I also be using the case of this one to advise several persons here. Before you stand in as a guarantor for anybody in any civil contract, please make sure you know the person very well. And also make sure you consult a lawyer to advise on the application of the kind of transaction you want to enter. A lawyer will be able to advise you that if this person is nowhere to be found, look at what to happen, or that you are liable, you are this, so then you'll be able to know if you continue with such transaction or not. But if you don't have the knowledge of the law, of course you'll not be able to know. So we encourage the young man to one, seek redress because his right has already been violated in fact in any angle you want to look at it. So he can take the police to court and ask for damages, and I can tell you the court will not hesitate to award damages against the police and even the woman. Yes, even the woman, because the court has heard in similar cases that even you that is using the police to harass or arrest somebody over a civil matter or an agreement, you can also be as liable as the police. So it has been heard in so many cases. And if you check the case of Nwajugu versus Inspector of General Police and others, of course you see that case, I think 2015. Then you also see the case of Ogbonna versus Ogbonna. These cases are very relevant. So the young man should go to court to seek redress. Go and look for a lawyer. The lawyer will take up the case, and you'll be happy that you did, because your rights already have been violated. The court is not going to look at whether you stood as a guarantor or not, because illegality has already taken place. So go to court, seek redress. And for you who is considering doing standing as a guarantor, please look for a lawyer to advise you, or you listen to a program like this. So that's where I would like to stop it now.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us this legal information. I believe the viewers out there are fully loaded regarding this particular topic. Sure.
Then, before we call it a wrap, I want to say to the police, I believe every police officer should know the law. I don't want to believe that there is any police officer, because it should be part of their training that during the process of them being trained, the police act should be read to them so that they will know the law, and they will know that it is not their duty to engage in any civil matter. So the police should desist from harassing innocent citizens as a result of them engaging or defaulting whenever they enter into a civil contract, into any agreement. I'm not saying, we are not encouraging anybody to breach any agreement that you have validly entered into. We are not encouraging you to breach contract, but we are saying that in the event that such happen or that happen, the remedy is not for the police to engage into such matter. No, it is not proper and it is clearly illegal. So we advise the police to please stop harassing people. That's not what the law said.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us this information.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.